we are going to go? All right, so Aubrie brought the beers, but it's on you to choose the direction we go with it.
Can you talk about
whichever one you want first. You want to do that one first? Well, I will enjoy that one. We'll get it out of the way for you. Are you a hop guy at all?
Yeah, I like hops. I usually like an amber. I like those a lot. Especially like Killing Tires Shred.
Yeah, you know, I like it.
So what are we drinking here? Dale's Pale Ale.
Dale's Pale Ale.
The first craft beer in a can.
It is catchy.
Here's the other good part about cans. You can obviously drop them, and they still stay good.
All right.
I like that.
What are we working
You
with?
don't get botulism from it?
Yeah, I guess not.
So so this is a pale ale. It's got a bunch of those sea hops in it.
Wow.
Columbus.
Uh-huh.
Cascade.
I told you. Yep. Welcome to Bitter, Mr. Working Your Hot Palate.
Yeah?
Right.
You're going to be okay
Good
over
thing
there.
I'm thirsty.
All right.
Man. Well, what else you got?
So I brought out the Dale's Pale Ale. Delicious pale ale, which is actually to me more bitter than the CAN-O-BLISS.
Oh,
but,
100%. Yeah.
And then obviously the CAN-O-BLISS.
What?
CAN-O-BLISS.
What?
CAN-O-BLISS. And then Mama's Yellow Little Pills. CAN-O-BLISS. 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 CAN-O-BLIS. And then Mama's Yellow Little Pills. CAN-O-BLISS. CAN-O-BLISS. CAN-O-BLIS. And then Mama's Yellow Little Pills. CAN-O-BLISS. CAN-O-BLISS. And then Mama's Yellow Little Pills. CAN-O-BLISS. CAN-O-BLISS. CAN-O-BLIS. And then Mama's Yellow Little Pills. CAN-O-BLISS. CAN-O-BLIS. CAN-O-BLIS. And then Mama's Yellow Little Pills. And then obviously the CAN-O-BLISS, and then Mama's Yellow Little Pills is our Pilsner.
Very nice. Yeah, Dale's is a trip, man. So before my palate was built up, I remember thinking this was the worst beer that was ever made. Oh my God. The bitterness in that is because it's that old school, like early American pale thing. And I mean, if it was a higher, ABV, I'm sure it'd be an IPA. But it was kind of like, oh my God. And then now, as I've gotten around to that, my buddies up in Colorado would always take it. I'd go up there and visit them. And we'd go up on a mountain and out of the backpack, Dale's. I'm like, Jesus, guys. The last time we went up there, and I'm taking pictures off the cliff with Dale's. And maybe we can put a little picture of that in this because it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm on it now. Like now that my palate's got around to that, that's a damn good beer. And I know for hotbeds, that's been a stamp out for like years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great bear, and it was the first craft beer in a can, so you got to give credit where credit's due.
Are you serious?
There. Yeah.
Really? Brian's crawling his way into hop wisdom, and it's been a slow crawl so far.
I think it's pretty not that bitter for a pale ale. I mean, it's got a bite to it, but...
No, you know what? At this point, now that I've gotten used to hoppier beers, I like them. I actually really like this beer. But now, when this beer first came into my vernacular 10 years ago, I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. I couldn't drink it. But then as soon as I got into like the hop world, I was like, okay, yeah, no, now I get it. I know why people liked it. So no, it's pretty awesome.
Aubrie, is this a top seller? Is it
absolutely
popular?
It is the number 2 selling craft 6-pack in the U.S. right now.
You know why? America.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the can.
Rhyming helps.
Yes, rhyming helps.
And weed references.
Yeah.
So I've seen some of Shiva's YouTube material, and I have a feeling there might be some
weed references.
A little love for weed references.
What? Bitcoin actually made it because of the Silk Road. If you guys know what the Silk Road is, it was pretty much okay. I'll buy drugs from you after the show. Awesome. Nice. The Silk Road was pretty much eBay for drugs, pretty much, and it was all backed up by Bitcoin. And back in the day, about 5 years ago, when I was doing drugs, I actually bought some Bitcoin to purchase on the Silk Road. I actually got 20 Bitcoin for $20. Do you guys know how much Bitcoin is worth today? 19,000. Yeah. No, I think it's 10, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's 10,000, 20,000, whatever. And the point being, if I wasn't such a big drug addict, I would have $200,000 worth of Bitcoin today to spend on drugs. Do you guys understand that? I wouldn't be here. Yeah. I mean, I would be here, but I wouldn't be here kind of deal.
How's Dale's Pale Ale?
Dale's Pale Ale isn't. No, you just said the rhyming. So Oscar Blues has a pretty, how do you say it? They have a pretty intense run through their line of weed reference.
What?
They don't
Sure.
shy away
Oh,
from
wow.
it at all.
And their cans are very evident of that too.
Yeah,
420
this one's, I
friendly.
mean, this is early on, and they were probably playing it safe and playing into
So
America.
screens back there on all
Huh.
of the cans.
Yeah, they don't shy away from it. I mean, they're Colorado guys, though. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
Have they messed with the weed beer yet?
Is that a thing? That'd be cool.
Not yet.
Not yet. It is.
Sure, it's
actually.
in their
They're coming
their
around.
research, their R&D.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on another episode, but I think like CBD's the first way in. But
Yeah.
I do know there's some out there that are playing with trying to contain the THC in it. I don't know how it's worked out yet, but there's some.
It's hard with it, like a nationally distributed brewery as well. You
That's
know,
true.
You can't really,
That's true.
especially too because they do have the brewery in Austin and North Carolina. So if they were to produce something,
Right on.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. This is our first national beer to have on here. So now because people are watching this from not just in Dallas, and that's one of the complaints we've had is you sure would like to be able to
It's
drink
good,
that
I
beer
love
we're
it.
talking about.
Right.
So now you can go out and do that. So that's cool.
get this at your local grocery store chain.
So you made another mention earlier. We were talking about the brew pubs bringing crawlers.
Yes, so yeah, Oscar Blues introduced crawlers to the market as well, and I mean, and a lot of it, you know, is caring for the environment and cans being 100% recyclable. They're more
Oh, yeah.
recyclable than glass. Glass is only about 60% recyclable. So yeah, aluminum cans made more sense, and then moving into crawlers just makes more sense for the
Yeah.
environment as opposed to the glass growlers. So yeah, we provided crawlers into the market as well.
They also keep fresher. I mean, at some point, I
Yeah,
hope to be able
absolutely.
to afford to have a canner in my backyard. I know several homebrewers do that. So the cool thing about cans is basically the little kegs. So caps actually do and can leak. So your beer will stay fresher longer in a can versus a bottle, for those who didn't know that. So that's actually I love cans. Not to mention we do a lot of festivals and park stuff, so you can take them in and worry about
Absolutely.
cutting people's feet. Bottles are just a pain in the ass at this point. It blows me away that bottles are still such a thing. So for a while, this is probably before your time, I'm a lot older than you are, but like there was this contention of glass and cans. People would only drink out of glass bottles because they
Oh, yeah.
swore you tasted the can. And then I think it was Ice House or something had this whole thing about their plastic liner in the can. Like that was the bitter
Absolutely.
beer phase, or bitter, and it was funny. It was hard to get people to drink
Yeah.
out of cans. Now you have people who are like more crazy and into their beer than ever, and they want it in cans.
Can I count on your help?
Absolutely.
Back when people were just hammering Bud Light just to get, it's got to be in a bottle for the flavor. It's kind of funny how that evolution happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the beer industry for about 5 years, and yeah, in the beginning, I still had a lot of people that were like, "No, I want my beer in bottles." But everything just makes more sense about it. You can fit more of them in your cooler.
Yeah.
Same thing in grocery stores. You can stack more on the
Absolutely.
shelves, which is something that I love.
So I'm sure some of you guys are thinking, looking up here, like, what kind of brown is he exactly? I'm East Indian, guys. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty simple. It just means that I'm 7'11", not 9'11". Does that make sense? Not be associated with that. Can make a good Slurpee, not so much an IED, yeah? Got dirty bathrooms, not dirty bombs, yeah?
But I always had bits, I've always had
Man, how
things.
do you prepare,
I
though,
thought I
man?
was almost funny,
How
but
do you
I've always
prepare
been
for
terrified.
For comedy?
For
Well, it's
getting on
different.
stage for the first time. I mean, you
I mean,
read,
you just keep-
and
you just
you're
keep
being
going.
yourself.
You should probably go with a plan or something, but you just keep going up. It's like AA. You just keep coming back. You just keep showing up, and you know.
Get that
I mean,
coin.
I used to kind of do music a little before, but music's very similar to comedy in the sense of like, I will say with music, you perform and then, you practice at home, and with comedy, at first I thought open mics were like real shows.
Yeah.
And that was, a big disillusion that
Music
took
was the
about a
same
month
way.
to figure away. Yeah, and there are music open mics, but even
Realize
that
that.
you still practice before
Oh,
the
yeah.
open mic hardcore. You don't
100%.
go in there with like this rough draft
Oh, yeah.
material. It becomes a rough draft, but still like. So in music with the timing and whatnot, so much like comedy.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah. I've
it's-
just never, I've always been too scared to try comedy open mic.
You never talked in between. Well, what were you?
Yeah, but No, I was a front guy. So yeah, I talked to him, but I never really went into my
All that
business.
stage presence though applies,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, that was the one thing I guess I had out the gate a little more than most comics.
Oh yeah, sure.
Was
That
just that,
familiarity.
yeah, just being on stage.
It's a bucket list thing. I may try at some point. And through background, I found out that you have got some improv pass.
Yes, I did. I did.
That's
In part of my sales days, I took some improv classes. I was terrible at it.
My 10-year-old.
But I did it a little bit in high school and was really good at it. And then when I tried it again when I got older, I realized I had
Not your
terrible
thing.
stage fright. They literally had to like push me out on stage and would make me a tree in the set just in order for me to be
That's great,
like part of it. But I tried.
I'm going to start out by putting some on our glasses because a beer show without beer in a glass is maybe the weirdest thing that ever happened. So I'll let you do that because I have a tendency to make a mess. For some reason, when cameras are rolling, I lose all ability to pull beer into a glass. Cool.
And your last drop there.
Right on.
So
Nice.
so this is the old Chug. So it is a Scotch ale from Aubrie Wills, and so it's got used beechwood smoked malt in it. So it does have a little bit of smokiness on it.
Really? Okay. So let me ask you this, because honestly, at some point I've got to brew one of these because, all I aim to do as a home brewer is make my wife drink the beer she likes, and that's pretty much any home brewer watching those. That is our main focus in life, is to make something our wife will drink. I don't know why that's such a thing, but it is. So do Scotch ales by default tend to use a smoked malt, or is that something similar to this? Or
It depends on the Scotch ale, but I do think that's a pretty common thing.
Okay.
Different Scotch ales use different kinds,
Yeah.
but beechwood smoked is what we use.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know a lot of people go, Beechwood, I've heard that before.
Right.
So, but it is not in any way reminiscent of that golden beer that Americans know as Beechwood aged. I'll just leave it at that.
And it does have
That
some
is
chocolate
delicious.
malt in it as well.
Does have chocolate. That's really nice. The smell on this is awesome. And I don't know inherently what creates style-wise Scotch ale, but it definitely has that kind of boozy thing to it, which is always a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Kind of,
It's a boozier amber.
Yeah.
So it comes in at 8%. And fun fact about it too, it originally released as Haya was the name of the beer.
okay.
Here is your ass.
Okay.
was
Nice.
the name of the beer.
I like it.
Yeah, because it was an 8% beer. It was the second beer that Aubrie Wills created, just coming right off the tail end of Dale's Pale Ale.
Okay.
And just wanted to have something, they really played into the people that like the hop forward beers, the Dale's Pale Ale, and then they wanted to go, to the opposite end of the spectrum with a really malt forward beer with this
Completely opposite end of the spectrum. Yeah, this thing is sweet. It's super malty. That, like I say, that cool booziness that always comes on these. It almost gives you a Scotch kind of thing. It definitely
Absolutely.
has sort of a whiskey thing, but it's funny because it's not a barrel aged thing at all, is it?
Mm-mm.
I mean, Beechwood, I know, I guess you could put it in a beach barrel, but it's not. But I mean,
Yeah.
but like, it's not actually like a whiskey remnant thing where you're going to pull those spirits out. So it's interesting that does come through in these. And
Absolutely.
kind of seems to come through a lot. So it's one of the coolest thing about it. And one of the things that I think it's kind of surprised there's not more out there is because as good as the barrel aged beers,
Right.
as good as like the bourbon barrels and whiskey barrels, I mean, I would imagine, and this is totally going out, this has got to be easier and cheaper to put out than barrel aged beers since you can brew it
Absolutely.
and throw it out, and it has all the flavors of
Absolutely.
a barrel aged beer. I mean, if you just threw that next to the barrel aged and literally try to get me to go out, and between those, I mean, maybe it's a little lighter on the mouthfeel than you'd get from a barrel, possibly. That's kind of being nitpicky though, because it's not like this is a super thin beer at all. I mean, it's definitely got some.
It's chubby.
It's chubby. So check it out. Old Chub from Aubrie Wills. This thing is awesome. Aubrey, thanks for jumping into this. This is cool. Very nice.
We have been on so many first dates, I've actually got this down to science, You know why they call it makeup, guys? It's to make up for a personality. That's why they call it makeup. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna hate the rest of the jokes. Oh, crap. That's dark to you? Okay. No, but like when it comes to first date, you know how I'll do it? I will actually lie proportionately to how much makeup my date's wearing. Yeah. I got this down to science. And don't get me wrong, ladies, don't get me wrong. If you're just putting on a little like nude lip, a little smoky eyes, I get it. Work your stuff. I get that. But if you're just plastering on makeup, at that point, all bets are off. At that point, I'm related to M. Night Shyamalan, okay, guys? Yeah. There's a twist at the end. I'm not related to M. Night Shyamalan. No, not a bit. No.
Everyone tries to put their best foot forward,
Yeah.
even though,
Dude.
you know, that's not what I want to see. I want to see the foot that you have behind you that you're dragging around that has gout. And if I can deal with that, then we can date, you know? I think it's almost like a different way of saying that Marilyn Monroe quote, right? If you can't deal me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best, kind of shit.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just a guy version of saying it.
No, I like that.
Do you have gout?
I love the.
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 Do you have gout? Do you have gout?
I love
Just online afterwards that you can get
You have gout?
And there's a lady here too.
Hey, I mean, you know, I know Aubrie outside of here, and she's a lady.
I was talking about Brian. He's got jokes.
So, do you prefer a drunk audience?
It's different. I like one or two drinks.
Yeah.
Because super drunk, you could say anything at that point. I'd say, you know, so one or two beers and maybe like a bowl. Smoke a bowl. That'd be nice. Yeah.
Now, is this you or your audience?
Both.
I mean, you know, there's prep to this show. There's how do you want them to be? Sure. So, this is the point where usually we have brewers here so far, and we'll go digging deep on that schedule, but you are on the representative style of this.
Yes, I am. So I do sales locally for CANarchy, which represents Aubrie Wills as one of our
Awesome.
brands.
Awesome.
And yeah, so I can tell you that the CAN-O-BLISS is doing really well in the
Only
in
imagine.
the market.
Mhm.
Hazies are obviously really popular right now.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Hazy and
super
Clarity
drinkable.
have been a point of contention already. In just the first few episodes, it just swung from one end to the other. I don't hate on it any way. I think these things are delicious. And yeah, as a home brewer, I get caught up on trying to get clear too. But hey, man, that's good is good. And as Brian said, I care about taste. So it comes through. It is funny that people got that big on it, that exploded as such a thing. But so when you're out repping beers, do you literally are people like focused on the look of it now because of Hazy bringing
I
attention to
think
clarity?
they're more focused on just the name hazy. As soon as I say the word hazy, I don't think they're like, can I see how hazy this is?
Okay.
They're like,
That's
oh,
funny.
hazy. That's the catchword.
That's the
phrase
catchword.
right now.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, and I personally love the hazies. They're before hazies started coming out, I didn't really have a palate for IPAs, so it's really helped change my palate personally into just being more into hops in general.
That's cool.
So now I'm able to drink other IPAs other than hazies, but yeah, it's really, I love them.
It took me a while to get my hot palate up too. I mean, I've been chasing, the sweeter or the more malty beers for so long that it took me a minute too, and I desperately tried because I was like, there's so much beers out there I'm not getting. My wife, on the other hand, still doesn't like them, but these things came out and she's all over them.
Really?
And I've noticed, like you say, it's starting to get to where like she can go in and get, some of the Citra IPAs or something.
Right.
And like, it's the same thing. It's kind of dialing into that
I mean,
ability.
And there's still so many people too. When as soon as I say IPA, they're like, "Oh, I don't like IPAs." I'm like, "But have you tried this kind of IPA?" Because I think for so long IPAs were like, "How bitter can it be? How bitter can it be?" And that's what. So many people are just like, "Oh, I'm never gonna like that."
Oh, yeah.
But your palate changes every time, and
It's funny too because for a while it was like your hotbeds were focused on the numbers, right?
Mhm.
Like, what's the IBUs?
Right.
They tell you what IBU stood for, but they
Right.
wanted, like, can we get 3 digits? And now it's funny because now it's like hazy. Yeah, it's like nobody cares what it is. Definitely slow. We're finished.
Yeah,
Definitely
you
the
need
beer.
it. Yeah. What are we going with next?
Let's do the hazy. Have you tried the hazy IPAs yet?
No.
I know Aubrie has. Aubrie might be, I mean, because I've known Aubrie for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
You may chase beers. I know you're in the industry, but you chase beers as well as anyone I know who chases beers.
Yeah, I mean, I like to travel a lot for sure, and so anytime I travel, I definitely like to find new beers.
This is where I was leading you. So you got cellar beers.
I do.
Right?
I have a massive cellar.
So do you find, as you age your beers and keep them in, do you find that they, like, do you inherently try one that you're going to hang on to for the intent purpose of trying it later and seeing how it changes? Like when you cellar one?
I have set that intention, but
Okay.
have not done that yet. I'm very bad about putting stuff in my cellar and it never coming out of my cellar. So I have
okay.
I'm very big in collecting prairie beers. So I have like Prairie Bomb and Birthday Bomb that go back 4 years that I do want to eventually do, you know, a tasting of all of them.
For sure.
Do you have any Zima in your cellar?
You know, I should. I didn't realize
you
it.
should.
I thought when it came back, it was going to stick around. I didn't realize
Oh, it didn't? That makes
it was
sense.
such a hot commodity.
So was Zima gone by the time you started drinking?
I saw Zima as a kid. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't drink it
Yeah.
the first round. I mean, I drank it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was underage or whatever at the time. That was like when I was like 15, 16.
We were all underage when we drank Zima.
Yeah?
That's part of, I think, the good memories
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
is you're
Yeah.
all underage
Zima
when
was
you drink
not,
it.
I remember being good. That was like the Crystal Pepsi of alcohol.
Yes,
in a sense.
exactly. You're exactly right.
That's not, okay, I might be giving it too much credit with that analogy because Crystal Pepsi was cool as shit, I think.
So is Zima.
Just, no, it
Dude,
wasn't.
Leave.
No. This is why I called you a lady earlier.
We're on the quest, man. We can still get it in Japan, and we keep saying this, hoping some fan will get obsessive and buy us one and send it to us because they're like $1,500 to get one here. But Kickstarter. Yeah. So our production guys are gonna love you coming on because you bought pretty cans for the cameraman to play with. We've had several brew pubs on here, which are awesome, but they do crowlers most of the time. So we get big silver cans with black and white labels, which is cool, but it's not as fun to get
Right.
Clark to get his beer pouring on with. So, is that empty? If not,
It'll just be the banner that'll change on the can. So the next one will say.
oh, so they're keeping the name.
Yeah.
It'll be an IPA named that, but they'll change the style of that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be Citra next. And fun fact, it goes THC, so tropical hazy Citra.
All right, turn it back on. Yeah.
I didn't know if I like. I
Yes,
know
do
you
that.
do.
No, I'll even lead you into that because all their shit's based on pot.
Okay!
Oh yeah.
Like that's their
It's
big
like
thing,
the
right?
Screens.
Yeah.
And I just noticed that that this one has a Texas shaped screen on it.
Oh yeah. So but a lot of their different stuff has pot names.
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
For sure.
So, all right. So on this little, okay. So you mentioned this thing is going to change through the year.
Yes.
So the banner. So this is CAN-O-BLISS Hazy IPA. So the banner will change to be different things. So
Right.
I know they're going to probably. So it's going to be what? It's like a hazy IPA now. It's going to be a Citra IPA.
Citra IPA, and it's a tropical. We started the year out with tropical, so
Okay.
tropical hazy
Okay.
Citra.
Okay.
So easy way to remember it is THC.
Awesome.
Hence
In
the name
In
CAN-O-BLISS.
true Oscar Blues pot style,
Okay!
naming a lot of things that they started in Colorado, right?
Yes.
Ah, there we go. All right, it's all there. Hello, Colorado folks. No wonder my buddies up there have got behind this brand so soon.
Right.
So basically it's going to change the hop profile, and obviously they'll change the way it's brewed and schedules and things. But it's basically going to be like the same grain bill,
Right,
basic
they'll
same
just
thing.
be
They'll
changing
change
the
what
hops.
hops are in there. Okay, cool, right on. And then obviously the last one. So interesting question: the tea, the tropical, did it have a hazy appearance as well?
Yes.
Okay, and
it was leaning into more of the tropical flavors, though.
So we got way more into like the
yeah,
whole
like
New England
pineapple,
IPA type
yeah,
idea.
absolutely.
Okay, very cool. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so keep open and collect the THC collection. If you can still get it.
Does beer age like and gets better in a sense? Like
Some beers do. IPAs you do not.
So if this beer right here, if I took this home, full beer,
Mm-hmm.
put it in the refrigerator or put it on the shelf, room temperature, 2 years from now, could I drink it?
It would not taste the same.
I mean, is it cool to drink it? Try it.
I mean, you're not gonna
I'll
die.
tell you.
But usually, I mean, I'd say 120 days is about the max.
Okay.
on
So these
IPAs.
hazies, you want to drink these as fast as you can.
Absolutely.
So
Like
because
shotgun fast
well,
I mean, you can.
absolutely.
or like
Absolutely, Chug. So hops are a preservative, but the way on the hazies and New England IPAs,
dude, that's better than the first
yeah,
one.
yeah,
The
yeah.
first one, man.
They put them in late, and they're not in at the beginning of the boil, so you're not really talking about release of oils. You're talking about release of essence of flavors and aromas, and those die out super fast. So anytime you get something that says New England IPA or East Coast IPA or hazy IPA, you want to drink those as fresh as you can possibly get,
Okay.
because those hops will start to finish. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Have
You-
you jumped
you
into
like-
New
you
England and
like
the hazy?
some
Yeah,
hops?
that is
Yes.
good.
No? So the whole idea on this is it's tons of hops. They're incredibly expensive to produce. They put in the hop schedules are weird, a lot of late after fermentation. They keep putting hops in, and they use these hops that are very fruity. The idea is to get a fruit bowl in a glass as opposed to a pine tree.
Smells
Yeah.
crazy.
Absolutely.
Comes around, right?
I don't even know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Those are hops, man. Everything you drink
All of
is
it's
hops.
hops.
You-
There's not like any fruit added. All of those, the fruity aromas and the flavors, it's all coming from the hops.
Have you ever tried to be on a reality show?
I've been on Texas Flippin' Move, even though I'm not supposed to.
Texas what?
Texas Flippin' Move? You know, like the reality TV shows where they flip houses
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But you're not supposed. What was that?
I mean,
You know, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah.
Have you ever tried to be on one?
I had aspirations, but that didn't go much further.
Never
than
did?
that,
No? Never went out for one?
What reality TV show would you guys do? If you could be on any of them.
By the way, welcome to your first reality show.
Right? Absolutely.
I'm gonna hang on that for a moment.
Yeah.
Actually, I really wanted to do Amazing Race,
Okay.
and I got this
That's a
close.
big one. Yeah?
Yeah, I got through like the third round of interviews, and then
You weren't
me and a
quick
friend.
enough?
Hey, well, you know what? It happened twice. So it was that, and then I was on another like music competition with National Star they did, and
Nice.
it was the same year Miranda Lambert was on there, and we went through. And I,
yeah,
like,
you had a big chance.
Yeah, I got through like all the Dallas stuff, and then we went through. Well, I won't get into it, but basically found out later they came in, and so the weird thing about those are before they even start them,
Mhm.
they cast the entire thing like on paper.
Oh,
So it's not only your story and what you achieve; it's do you fall into the casting thing.
right.
Huh.
And I found that out because when I was in that one, actually both times when I went to that one, Charlie Robson was a judge.
Yes.
And I didn't make it on, and I saw him at a show like 3 months later, and he goes, "Dude, just to let you know, when this thing comes out, look, and you'll see this dude from New York, and basically, he got your spot."
What?
And this dude came on, and he
What do
was
you
like
mean?
long
Like,
hair, pro
he-
snaps, bell bottoms, had like this whole
He
like southern
got
rock
that
country thing.
character role.
Had that character.
Interesting.
And he was like, "I tried. There's nothing I could do. Like you should have been.
Should have had
yeah.
longer hair.
Yeah, like
Should have
even
had-
So they were
longer,
looking
like-
for a face.
Well, no, it was
Or-
a character. Like
okay.
so, there was like the guy in the
I
overalls.
got you.
There was the hot young chick. There was the long hair like Southern Rock dude. There was there was the cowboy hat and Wrangler guy. And then on the Amazing Race was the same way. They came back and were like, "All right, man, damn, you're there, but casting already went through over here, and basically we already casted that team."
We already
So
have
it's a weird thing.
an
yeah.
alcoholic stoner.
Exactly. Yeah, we already had the
Okay.
beer thing covered. we
Yeah,
already knew the
yeah.
guy was going to do. You just wanted a continent hop to get hammered.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to do? So
I'd probably go with Naked and Afraid.
naked and afraid.
Okay.
Would you? You'd be good on that.
Would I?
Would it be to survive or just to be naked for a week?
I'd go with both.
Yeah.
You just be naked and chilling.
Yeah.
And,
Dude, that's me every morning in
be
the hot
afraid.
tub.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. It's my gig.
I would do
Definitely been an
Wipeout.
experience.
Wipeout.
Oh, man.
I want to do
can I
American
change
Ninja
mine?
Warrior. but I don't
changing.
think I'd do good.
Wipeout.
Yeah, I just want to just
Damn
get
it.
I'd want to try to do athletic things, and then if I don't accomplish it,
But you know, you
People
watch
like-
every episode and go, "You're such a bitch." I would
Yeah.
totally do that.
Dude,
I know. I
Wipeout is a shit.
I mean, I want to do
dude.
American Ninja Warrior if anything, but that's not happening.
No,
That's
Wipeout's
not-
way better
No,
than
did
Ninja
you ever
Warrior.
watch? Yeah, but did you ever watch the old Ninja Warriors when they were on G4?
When it was that
Oh,
was the good
yes,
one.
yes.
What
That's
about,
the
what
good
about
stuff.
American or Bonzuki? Bonzuki
yes,
or whatever?
That's the original Wipeout.
All right, so
that was
the only
better.
man. So I watched Ninja Warrior, and I'm like,
Bonsai.
I can do all that. Meanwhile, I am not athletic to save my life. My shoulder hurts because I had heavy lifting yesterday at work. But I watch it, and I'm like, yeah, I can totally do this. That dude's a bitch. And then they open this little like place for kids to go run around in obstacle courses, like these little Ninja Warrior birthday party places. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can do that. Like,
Yeah.
I could do that. And I'm watching these bad like CrossFit dudes over there getting down, and I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, man, I could do that. And she's looking at me like a complete idiot. And then I'm like, I mean, but and like they had this one rope swing thing where you had to swing from rope to rope, and I jumped off, and I'm like, oh, I go to the next one. God, man, his shoulder, I got to get it back.
Instantly.
And once his shoulder gets back, I'm gonna come back up here, and I'm
Once
gonna
I
dominate.
drink another
Got
IPA,
stem-
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
do
put that
this
stem
shit.
cells in that stuff.
So
Yeah.
sick.
Do you have a beer with stem cells in it yet?
They need to
Is
work
that going to
on
be a thing?
I mean, they definitely
Dude,
should
you're
have
onto
a
something.
stem
Side
cell here.
hustle.
Yeah.
Keep that
Side
down.
hustle.
All
Keep
those,
it down, dude.
all those stem cells
Homebred-
in the
homebred
hops.
stem
That'd be
cells.
pretty
People are doing
good.
research on that.
Let's edit this idea out of YouTube because we're. I mean, have you ever done it?
No,
Have you ever seen anybody do it?
I wanted to do it. Dude, this is going to be horrible.
Is it just me, or does this seem like the dumbest thing we've ever done?
All right, let's get the game
All right,
going.
let's get a game. Here's your beer selections, guys.
Oh,
This is an
goodness.
ongoing game that rotates the scores. It goes between our beer people and our entertainment people, and you are playing for the other guests who are here in your spots before and after. Keep that in mind as you continue to be a badass on our show. All right, so you're our first female guest,
Oh, yeah.
and we're
Yay.
lovely to have you, Aubrie. Thank you so much. You're a close second, but the mustache fucked it up. So I brought in women. So we're gonna have women people. These are celebrities that are carrying beers.
Oh,
And your job is to look on here and connect as many as you can to what they have. Mhm.
Okay.
So there's no real
you
advantage
got
between
this.
beer people and entertainment people, but you know,
Yeah,
we'll see
maybe.
what happens.
Maybe.
yeah.
We're gonna start with
Let's see.
Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron is one of my favorites, not only as an actress but as a beer girl, because like Hot Ones, which is my favorite YouTube shows, she's been on there a couple of times, and the last time she came on, all she had was pint glasses going to soothe her hotness. I mean, not her hot, the hot wings. I mean,
Oh, I thought you meant her.
I didn't even mean
I thought
that
you meant
until I
her
said it.
attractiveness.
as soon as I said it,
Wow.
I was like,
Don't
what a
even-
douchebag
No.
thing to say, but
Yeah.
whatever. Hashtag me too.
Yeah.
All right, so Charlize Theron, what is she carrying there?
Do we just shout it out? How
Yeah,
are we?
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
guess.
guess. Yeah, yes, both of you
I
guess.
guess.
You both guess. And by the way, I love that she's carrying obviously like boxes
Yeah,
of
I
beer.
Yes.
think
Unless she's-
Heineken.
I'm gonna go Sapporo.
Okay, so we are going with that, and unfortunately, neither one of you
Oh,
got it.
damn
She's
it.
carrying Dogfish Head. 60-minute
I'm
IPA.
impressed. Good
Go Charlize
job.
Theron,
I
right?
thought she was
God.
German.
Oh my goodness.
Next up, Nicole Kidman.
That
And I'm
doesn't-
just going to
that
say,
doesn't
like,
look like
yeah,
a beer.
this is totally
No, that's
red-blooded
not.
dude pulled this off the internet. But it was actually just a great picture.
Can
Obviously.
we repeat it? Could she
God,
be?
dude, this is going
drinking
really
a dog-
bad as I'm pulling
Could
up
she
something.
be drinking a dogfish also?
If you want to go that way, you
I'm
can
not.
totally. I'm going to say no.
I'm not.
I'm just going to say that's not the way this is working.
Nicole,
But Nicole
Kidman.
Kidman, Australian, married to Keith Urban, was married to
What are the
Crazy ass Tom
Sapporo?
She got out of that quickly.
Heineken Dogfish is not an anymore.
Dodged
Sam
the
Adams,
further
Rolling
Scientology
Rock.
bullet.
I'm gonna say she's a little too classy for Rolling Rock.
I'm
so
not
I'm
sure
gonna
if she got
I
out
was
of
gonna
Scientology.
go with
She got
Rolling
out of
Rock.
Scientology.
I was gonna go with Rolling Rock because she's doing method shit.
I'm
She's totally being white trash.
I'm gonna go Sam Adams. I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Sam Adams because of their outfits.
Sam
I
Adams
don't
and
know.
Rolling Rock, huh? Well, she is rolling those rock hard abs.
But did I get that? Yeah.
You did get that. That is
Good
one for
job.
the entertainment side.
Awesome.
All right, this next one. As you're looking on the internet for girls who drink beer, the fact that Rihanna does not have a beer sponsorship is a missed opportunity for it. Roll it to Oscar Blues. Dude, there are pictures
Yep.
everywhere of Rihanna drinking beer. She drinks beers out of bottles, cans,
Wow.
red Solo cups. Don't give a fuck. She drinks everything. Import, craft, just, I guess it's that Caribbean thing. She is down to drink some beers. Matter of fact, I found more pictures of her drinking beer than I did drinking like cocktails or anything else.
Interesting.
Rihanna is a beer girl, which for this show is Rihanna's her girl. Rihanna, we do music, guys.
Yeah. Word.
So, what's Rihanna drinking?
Red Stripe.
Red Stripe's not even on there, but I do like where you went with that with the Caribbean. By the way, have y'all ever been to Jamaica?
Yes.
Jamaica has 3 beers. Did you notice that? It's Guinness, Extra Stout, Heineken, and Red Stripe.
I didn't notice
Heineken.
that. I was 12 when
That
I
was
went.
all
so.
I found.
Now I'm saying Heineken.
Saying Heineken. I didn't mean that as a lead-in.
Don't care.
I really didn't.
Taking it.
Okay.
You just,
Do
I
what
just
you
called a friend.
Ooh, I'm gonna go
what you
Sam
will,
Adams
Shiva.
again.
Do what you will. On the Sam Adams, on the rest
It
side.
doesn't look like a
Neither
green
of you
bottle.
got it. This is Sapporo. She must be at a sushi restaurant.
That was gonna be my other guess.
What's
Girl,
Sapporo?
drinks
I've never even
That's
heard of that
Sapporo's
one.
good.
Sapporo's a Japanese beer. It
good
is
I just
stuff.
figured she was
heavy rice
going
adjunct beer, and it's
American.
delicious.
Very
She was,
good. It is
she was
very
wearing
delicious.
Rolling Sky.
All right, let's
Nah,
follow
man,
these
cool.
off.
Well, there you go. So we got the
Okay.
entertainment guys won that. That's one for the entertainment side
All
of
right.
things.
Took one.
Cheers.
Sorry,
Very
sorry,
cool.
beer folk.
All right, man, we are on to the last segment of the show we do, which we call the Chug, which is the point of this table. So this is where Aubrie selected a beer from Oscar Blues, which we are going to judge, and we are going to award a score to.
Aubrey, what did you select?
I selected the Mama's Yellow Little Pills. Frame this up right here. I don't know where I'm framing. But so this is our Pilsner. It's a easy drinking Pilsner. It's very light, crisp, and there is no corn in the mash, so it is how Pilsner should be.
No corn syrup.
Yeah.
So this last one, the pills. So this is cool. I don't know if there's. Do you have any idea? This might be a little left of center, but what kind of what style of Pilsner that's in? Is it more of an American Pilsner or a Czech or a German or necessarily? There may not even
That's a
be
great
one. Sometimes
question.
Pilsner just become a fairly generic term, and that may be where it falls.
I know that there's no flaked corn in it.
Ah, okay.
So-
Well, there we go. There we go. It's probably
If that.
not.
So it is.
Very cool.
I guess. I hate to call it an American Pilsner because when you think about an American Pilsner, you think of having a lot of
Miller Lite or Miller,
flaked corn
sure.
in the mash and things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So
You know 7-Up used to have lithium in it originally?
Seriously?
Yeah, like Coke had cocaine in it.
God, man, we totally grabbed the wrong
Like
generation.
Should have got rid of the
drinking
sugar.
sodas,
Should have got
dude.
rid of the sugar out of that
Yeah,
stuff.
it kept the cocaine
Not
and
the
lithium
cocaine
in
and
it.
lithium.
lithium, as in lithium batteries.
Lithium.
Sure, yeah, why
I
not?
guess it's the same. What does lithium
No, I don't
do?
think so. But lithium, like for antipsychotic or
Is that what it
whatever,
is?
for mental patients at least. Yeah.
That was before they started
I
hitting
think
your
it just
brain
dulls
with
you
a chisel,
out,
right?
just kind of, yeah.
Oh.
That's funny
Y'all
because
need
now
ears.
7-Up is the last thing you think to dull you out.
Well, I think maybe a little bit probably won't knock you out like that, but it's like no wonder these things were so popular in a sense, because you just got that little bit of a kick from both those things.
It's a good
It's funny,
pour.
man. People think
It's a
of
good
like Gen
pour,
X
look
as
at that.
being these crazy
That is
people
good
that
pour,
are
I'm
just
proud of
nuts. But dude, back in the 20s, 30s, and
Yeah,
40s,
that was
when these
crazy.
things came out, how fucking fun was it back then?
Yeah.
You can just
Bear.
go down to the store and grab Coca-Cola and get all cocained up, and then just
Bear.
grab a 7-Up and
Hey
bring it
Jimmy,
back
give me a
down.
Coke.
Just awesome.
No, I want that classic Coke.
Yeah.
The one with the cocaine.
I don't want that middle of the mall shit.
Yeah.
You know they have a staff of like a dozen people that get paid like $1 million a year to fly around and taste Budweiser at different places to make sure that you never heard this?
no.
Holy shit, you're in the industry? Okay, you gotta
How do you get
work
hired
on
on to
your
do
palate.
that?
Dude, okay, you can look this up. Budweiser has a staff of people because no matter how you brew beer and how you do it or whatever computers you can put on it to keep it the same, nothing matches what the human element can do because humans are drinking it. So they take these people who have these crazy spidey senses and they pay them like, dude, this is like 15 years ago when I found out about this. I think they all made like $1 million a year. I could be wrong on that, but who knows me now.
No.
And all they do is fly around to all the different places Budweiser's made, and they put human tasters. And these 12 people, or how many it
Man, I
is,
want to be that guy.
make sure that the beer tastes, smells, looks right. That's their entire job, is flying around the world
Consistency.
and tasting Budweiser.
Sounds-
Because any brewer will tell you the craziest thing, say what you want about the political, craziest thing about Budweiser is you can taste it anywhere in the world, it tastes exactly the same.
I remember
So-
you saying
Interesting.
always
And they
saying that.
pay a staff of people to make sure it tastes the same. Greatest job in the history of the world.
That is
Period.
great information.
Yep.
All right, man. So we're gonna fill up the glasses. So, what is your favorite way? I'm sure you've all partied and chugged a beer. So, is it a funnel? Is it slamming a hole in the side of the can?
Yeah, it's definitely shotgun style is usually my favorite way to chug
Yeah?
beer.
Easiest, definitely.
But you're not filling up your glass here.
No, I do. Oh, we have to chug the whole
Yeah,
thing.
you're chugging
the whole thing.
Okay,
Hey,
so you gotta
and
tilt,
if you
tilt
don't,
your
that's
glass.
cool.
Every empty,
Tilt it, and then yeah, there you go.
every empty
There you
glass
go.
is a point. So we're scoring this beer officially. Unofficially, we're scoring this beer. Keg stands. What's your max time on a keg stand?
Oh, it's been a long time since
Right.
I've done a keg stand. Max time, yeah, that's how you judge it.
Estimated.
I got 4.5 minutes last night.
I would say like 45 seconds.
Holy shit.
I'm not really that.
That's redeeming. That's
That is.
nice.
That
That is-
was a random guess, actually.
She, where you at?
I'm just gonna say 44.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll give her. I'll still let her win.
1 second. She went over. She actually went with 37. I mean, 1 second. I made it.
Yep.
All right, guys. This is the end of the show. Thank you guys for being here. Check it out. Shiva Ary.
Yes.
Online presence.
Yeah. At Shiva 7 Ary. So Shiva the number 7 Ary. I'm in Tyler tonight. I'll be in Addison next week. Hyenas all in September. Come check me out.
This will be out in a couple of months, so look him up to find out then.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we
will have already done it.
And CANarchy, you represent
Yes.
several beers. So check out.
CANarchy, so check out Oscar Blues, Cigar City,
Yeah.
Fellow, Wasatch Splatters,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all the others.
Working. Check me and Brian out right here. Thanks, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Let's score this beer,
Hey,
guys.
thank y'all
Guys,
for being here.
Bring it down.
Yeah.
1 point, 2 points.
No, I'm not doing that.
All right, she was out.
Come on.
Oh, Aubree's going.
Yes!
Yes!
Woo!
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm gonna get a quarter.
Walking the bases.
He's like, there
Don't
we
call
go.
the game. Don't
There we
call
go.
the game yet.
You gotta finish your beer, man. I haven't chugged a beer since I was like 7. Come on, man.
It's all right, man.
It's all right. We'll call it
Hell
there.
yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us.
Hey,
We
thanks for
appreciate
being
it.
here.
Aubrey, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right, cheers. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks. That's fucking great.
Oh, I have to burp. So
Yes,
bad.
right. Yeah.
Good times, man. Just a fun time hanging out. Yeah, thank you.